And we're on. Okay. I need to see my. So, oh, shit. I need to calm down. Okay. And like 2 hours past the time I normally start streaming, but technically not late. I just got back home from outside, busy running errands and hot and sweaty, little glowy, but mostly sweaty. Okay, so I need to decompress from all the excitement that I went to this morning, and then I can start talking through it, I guess. First, okay, I already took off my pants. I had like long pants on because I was wearing my jacket outside for the entire time for some reason, and I want to clean. Well, first let me put up my hair, and I want to clean my headphones because I was wearing those outside too for the entire time, the majority of the time, which did not help with staying cool. I did buy an ice cream though, or an icy, a slushy was more like, but ooh, my hair. Just no way to fix it. And then I also didn't bring water with me, so I'm probably really dehydrated. Mm. Yeah, because this is all the water I've drank today. Or I guess I brought a juice with me, but that doesn't count. Hold on. Let me get some and disinfected wipies. Okay. I think it's gonna be time to start using the my room fan, my portable fan, my space fan. I don't know what you call them. So I should do this more, disinfect them, but I normally only do them when I've been outside. But because I'm normally inside, I don't think I have to, but I probably should. Okay. Also, just because I was like, we're sweating a lot today. Use the other side for this. Um, I don't think I'm doing this because I'm like a clean freak or anything, because I am not whatsoever. I think, so sorry. I think it's mainly, um, especially because I have so much acne issues. I don't want to be wearing anything that's been like sweating and dirty. Um, Same with my watch because I sleep on my arm a lot. I don't want to, now think about it, want to be any extra dirty than it has to be. Okay, I'm gonna let these two dry for a little bit. And what else? What else? I think that's all I need to be disinfected for now. Oh, I wanted to wipe my face. Do I take you with me? Because I don't know if did it record last time I went in my bathroom. I guess I don't have to because I'm just gonna. No, I want to wash my face. I want to wash my face because now it's dried, so I don't feel as much. But like when I first got here, it was so sweaty and gross feeling that I wanted to do it right away. But then I stopped myself. I'm like, I gotta film it first, obviously. Mm, okay, and let's do that now while headphones are drying. Okay, off we go. Eh, don't. Why are you? Oh, okay. Now let me see again because I don't know if this shows anything. I really wish I could just stream directly on my phone from YouTube, but this is my life right now. Good enough. I guess I I should be grateful that my apartment is so small that I can see my living room computer from my bathroom. So my neighbors, they hear me. I hear the gross. Gross. Sorry. That's fine. Okay, one more time. I just need to rinse that. There's the picture. Let me get a towel just in case I still have makeup on my face. I won't get on my white zone. I think good job. Yeah, I think probably the areas that I don't do a good job is the edges of my hair. So my dermatologist was advised me already not to be putting sunscreen too close to my hairline. But do I listen? Nobody knows. Okay. Back we go, back we go. Ooh, okay. Oh no. Where did the mic go? Oh no. Did it break? God, you're okay, right? Oh, baby, please be okay. uh, I knew it was gonna happen and I still did it. Okay. I just realized I didn't put moisturizer on. Okay, let me. Okay, you already know it's gonna fall from there, so please, yes. This is not feeling secure whatsoever right now for some reason. Okay, okay, yeah, secured. Right? Hold on. Hello? I don't know if my mic is working anymore. So I'm gonna have to double check later because I want to go put moisturizer on my face. 1 second. Yeah. Okay. Okay. It's feeling tight because I'm dehydrated. Okay. Some more water. Mm, some good water. Gotta remember when I used to hate water. Drinking water. Okay. Oof. Let me check on this stream 1 second. Gotta attach and connect my headphones to my computer. Okay. Now let's check it. YouTube, YouTube. Okay, I hear my audio. I wonder what happened when my phone fell. I'll look at it later. Not taking up Wi-Fi. Okay, okay, okay. I feel like this is how I get whenever I go outside. Oh, I want to put some music on. The silence is deafening. What do I listen to? Oh, probably some classical relaxing stuff because I need to wind down a bit, cool down. Because it's not hot enough for me to actually go get my fan. And I just really don't think it's gonna do much unless I'm like sitting right in front of it. And I still got a couple of things I gotta do before I can actually sit down. Excuse me. Do, 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 do. Okay. Sorry. Okay. 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 Now I'm Nick Smith. I watched them too much. Uh, all right. So I guess the reasoning for me being, are you focusing? I should probably just stop moving. The reasoning I'm all over the place. I had my laser hair removal appointment this morning at 12, which is the time I normally set up this stream. Um, but again, I didn't set up any parameters of what time I need to stream exactly. I just thought 12 would be like a good time to start. But anyways, I told myself, doesn't matter, go to your appointment, and then as soon as you get back, you'll start streaming and I'll be fine. It's not the end of the world and it won't feel any different. Anyways, while I was out there, I remembered I make it a point to walk back because it's really not that far from my apartment, but because I don't like going out, I always take an Uber there first and then I walk back like the 20-30 minute walk back. But this time, well, actually, so on the way there, I always see like a Sunday market open, um, that they close off the street. So am I right there? We see that. I always tell you, back in my head, I'm like, oh, don't forget, make it back to that and do that. But then I always make an excuse, be like, no, because I always end up overspending when I go to the market, even though it is technically cheaper if I buy like my fresh produce there, um, instead of if I just like pre-plan and order my groceries from like Uber. I know what is the more, it's morally I shouldn't, but it's just easier for me, especially when I had my 9 to 5, but now I really don't have that excuse, so I should be going out. But the other excuse is that I do overspend when I'm there. Especially today, I did not plan to be buying half of the things that I bought. I had like a short ass list. I think it was only like strawberries, avocados, and flor de Jamaica. And I got all of those except the avocados, and I still ended up spending like $60, I think. I'm maybe a little bit more. Uh, um, the biggest expense, let me show you, would be this beautiful, beautiful cutting board that's just the perfect size for me. I've been wanting a cutting board like this color, this quality, this cut, like everything. This is what I've been dreaming about getting, and it's been like since I moved in here, I haven't been able to find the thing that I've been imagining having in here. Like I would find something similar, but it'll be like the size would be too big, and then I would see the price, and I'd be like, there would be like, like a good cutting board, maybe like $60. This one, it was 800 pesos, which is pricey, but I think it's maybe like $40, which it's still pricey, but I don't know. Like I said, it was a little impulsive, but they was the only one they had there. She told me the wood and to tell me why it was so expensive. So I guess it was like a nicer quality wood, which I can already tell, but just by looking at it, can't believe I forgot what she said it was. But apparently, like if I put like roasted meat or something on it, like it will change the taste of the meat. I don't know. I don't really cook roasted meat or whatever. I just wanted like a really nice cutting board that was this size because my apartment is so small. Um, and I cook for one. Um, so this is the perfect size and it's just I love it. I love it so much. I don't regret it. I regret nothing. Maybe later, but no, right now. I freaking love that. Okay, what else? Okay, this I have been eating. I have been kneading. I what I don't know what we call them. It's like that natural. Oh, probably shouldn't be doing that. The natural sponge, but they weave it into like a little pouch where you can put a soap in it, and I like it because I really love to exfoliate my skin. Like every time I shower, but basically, I want my skin raw afterwards. So I love these. And it's kind of funny because last time I went to see my mom, I was telling her how much I love these. And not just these ones, which is the other one I use? You know what? It doesn't matter. It's like the sponge that apparently they're like grow like that naturally. And then I grabbed one of these because I don't know. I just like how it looks. And I just noticed it's blue. I don't like that because it doesn't match with anything else in my kitchen. But that's fine. I probably don't need it, but it doesn't matter. I actually do kind of need this. Because I there is one kitchen pan that I've been using to like fry like tacos, hard tacos, and I got lazy cleaning it like after every use because I was eating tacos like twice a day for like that one week. So I would reuse the oil for like the whole week and then I would wash it at the end of the week. I know, awful. Anyways, that pan is like ruined and I want to see if maybe one of these, it's really hard, can um fix it because I've tried everything. I've tried like baking soda, vinegar, lime, and or it could also just ruin the enamel on there. I don't know because I really don't know what kind of pans I got. I bought them on Amazon thinking they were ceramic and splurged. I thought I because they were like I don't know, like a set was I think 100 something dollars. Strawberries. I got strawberries because um I've been ordering this drink for the cafe. I order almost every day. I try not to anymore, so that's why I got these because I'm like, oh, I could just make it at home. And and the Jamaica water because that's basically just like a staple that I eat, drink every day. So that, more flor de Jamaica, and what else? Oh, and some almonds because I've been not really craving them, but I do love almonds. If they're like available, I'll always eat like a handful every day, but I haven't had them here, so just haven't. Okay. And then my other reasoning for, I don't know why I gotta read. Oh, okay. So I bought some knives and they didn't really have anything to like wrap them in. So I put them in this cup. I was holding my drink earlier because I was like poking out of my bag and I like still want to stab myself or someone. Well, I should not do this here because I don't want my or get strawberry juices all over the place. So hold on. Let me clean these. So this one's fine. I got, I don't know what we call these, but you know, to like hold your dirty spoons or whatever when you're cooking. This is something I've been wanting because it's been kind of annoying. I always have to just continuously be cleaning my counter. Um, Again, I don't cook that much, but I think it'll make a difference. Okay. Oh, it's wrapped up in here. Yeah, let me just rinse them real quick. I'll actually clean them later. Okay. I don't think there's anything really special about these. What does it say? Tramontina, made in Brazil. This one is probably same, yeah, Tramontina, made in Brazil. These are the kind, like, I just wanted to like match everything up with uh like the wood aesthetic that I'm kind of going for in my kitchen right now, and I have been wanting to for like a really long time. I just because I never really cook, I didn't consider it a priority. I don't know if you can don't fall because I'm gonna just make a hole in my floor. This is such a bad idea. Okay, here we go. I don't know if you can see. I think it looks nice. This is what that was the most expensive. Honestly, I'm so bad with money. After, what was the first thing? I think when I was at this lady's stall, the first thing I saw that I needed was this little scrubber, which is something I really need. But then I started looking around. I'm like, oh, I can use that. Oh, I can need that. And then this board was literally like the last thing I saw. I was like checking out, just like, wait a minute. How much is that? And it was literally like almost the only thing I asked how much it was. Everything else, I was just like, I'll take it because I'm like, it can't be that expensive, right? So I have no idea really how much individual things are except for the board. But so I think I spend mm, like 1,500 pesos, just like almost 200, but not like I want to say no, that's wrong. Because a thousand's 50. I don't know. I can't do math. It's better than my head. Okay. I don't know. Like I said, I'm really happy with my purchase right now. Buyer's remorse may come later, and I'll take it as it is. But my kitchen's really dirty right now, and also I don't know if this, and I know my phone signal doesn't reach over there for some reason, or my OBS or whatever. Like I can't live stream past my hallway for some reason. So I'll have to film that later, also after I clean my kitchen, and show you how this it's game changer. Okay, this is gonna look amazing in my kitchen. Let me also take strawberries, almonds, and mica. That's all going in the kitchen for now. I don't feel bad if I overpaid if I did. I because like I was talking to a lady, and again, you have to take people's stories with a grain of salt. But she seemed really nice, and like again, I I don't want to be like sound gullible or whatever, but 'cause even if she's not, like they're local vendors, it doesn't matter what their store is. They're not they're not you know, billionaires living in a penthouse and then coming down on Sundays to sell, you know, flatware or, you know, their wares. They're I don't know how I'm describing this right. Is I don't care. I mean, I really should because I'm not in the position, but I feel like if I was a person that was making, you know, a six-figure income, I wouldn't care. Tell me your price. I'll pay whatever you want. I mean, not whatever, but you know, I mean, $40 for the cutting board. Zara would have sold the same cutting board for like $80, and I much rather support a local vendor than a big corporation, especially when I can, considering how much I spend on Uber. Um, so yeah, I don't think I'm gonna regret it because like I don't know. I just like I said, I don't think I overpaid whatsoever. I feel like I got really heated there for a second. Anyways. Okay. And I think that was it. I'm also kind of nervous going to the local markets because every time, like, if I do end up kind of starting, well, if I say more than like three or five words, they hear my accent and they ask, they're like, "Oh, where are you from?" And I have to go into like my whole spiel of like my intro. Um, kind of want to make a shorter version so I could just like show that because I already have like my script and my spiel of what I say, you know, where I'm from, where I grew up, and like so on and so forth. So that my Spanish on that is perfect because I it's repetitive. Say that the same thing over and over again. Um, so yeah, I don't know why I don't like it. I just don't like getting into it every time I go to outside and start talking to like locals. But I mean, I understand it. It's not like I don't get angry about it. It's just like, ugh, it's just annoying and boring and like. Anyways, now that that's put away, I should actually clean up my breakfast because I was in a rush to leave the house and I didn't finish it. Again, I want to see it out here. Put it in the kitchen for now. I'll clean it later. Okay, moving on to the main attraction. My art. Oh, nope, nope. My first art of the year. My first original art. Oh, it doesn't look too bad on camera. I feel like in person it's very muted, very faded. On camera right now it's looking very more vibrant. Okay, which is good. Though I noticed online I mean last night when it was like I just came in here to grab something right before going to bed, so the lights were off and I couldn't like really see any details on this, like it was all black. I mean, I don't know what I was expecting. I mean, it's nighttime, but it's not pitch black in here. Okay. So if you looked at my stories on my Instagram or on YouTube, I did a quick, oh, that's not good. I'm gonna probably have to buy a new one of these brushes if I can't figure out how to repair it because I was not friendly with it last night. I treated this brush like it killed my entire family last night. I do not know why. I was just very rough with it. I mean, it wasn't great to start off with because I'm not good at taking care of my tools. I'm hoping this year to get better at it. First I have to learn. Anyways, when I left off on this piece yesterday, it was bad. was rough. Okay, she was, yeah, she was rough. Okay, I, I'll admit that. But it was an initial sketch, and I have to always remind myself about that. Um, oh, but the other thing was that I did basically just not start over because the sketch was already there, like the general sizing of where things should be was there, but um I couldn't figure out how to use the oil sticks the correct way. I tried finding like a really quick, like 30-second tutorial on TikTok or Instagram or something like to just get the general idea how to use them, but they were just pretty much like just saying like use like a crayon, and I'm just like, well, I don't like how it was looking, how it was coming out. It was too much um like not texture, it was just I just didn't like it. So going back to the medium that I have some idea of how to use, which acrylic paint anybody can use, is what I when I took like my 2 classes of oil painting, we used for putting down the initial sketch. So, and I just happened to have this little tiny bottle of acrylic red paint, and I'm like, oh, perfect. So I went over the whole thing. I worked on it for like 3 hours after streaming yesterday. Felt pretty inspired, also because I just didn't want to have anything like, I didn't want to have that ugly initial. I'm so sorry. I know, I know that wasn't you. Okay, I'm so sorry to keep calling you ugly. That wasn't you. Okay, that's me. 2 minutes out of bed. I should realize that. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm being too judgmental of you. There's still a little bit left over of that oil stick, which I'm not too worried about because, like I said, this is just the first layer of paint, and it's not even gonna look like this. I know that, but I have to keep telling myself because I forget. Oh my God, I just get all over myself. I think the other thing I want to work on too, because I keep noticing, um, this chest is very small. Just looks a little long, hot dog-ish, and maybe it's because I made that booty too juicy, but I'll be fine. And also, even after that, I continue to work on art. Great. Claps for me. Snap, snaps, or whatever. You're, I worked on the digital sketching again using this as a reference. Let me see if I have it on here. I need to charge this. Okay. So as we all know already, this initial sketch that I made on here when just like was something like that, which is completely different that ended up on here. So even with what I do next, it probably won't look exactly the same. Ooh, getting glare out of there. Something like that, I think would look okay because I was going back and forth on if I wanted to have a writer on there to represent me at all. And I really do, but I don't want to force it if it's not like what it means. And I think the other thing I went back in, there is this artist that I saw a couple years back. Let's see when I got this at an art fair. Doesn't say the year. And I really loved her art. I think they used this for the um art festival poster. Her name is Jimena Duval. So at Jimena Duval, if you want to look her up on Instagram. Amazing art. I actually talked to her. She's super nice. What I remember, it was a couple of years ago, and I asked her if she did commissions because I really, like years ago, I told her when I wanted to get rid of whatever was here before, um, because I think it would something like hers would look really well on here, but I never reached out because I just at the time I was living like paycheck to paycheck because I was overspending on a lot of other things, and I'm just like I couldn't um make a what's the word? I just God, need to read more. My vocabulary is losing. It's leaving my mind. I feel like, or maybe it's just getting older. Justify. That was the word I was looking for. I couldn't justify, to spend art. However, I never actually reached out to her to even find out how much it would cost. I'm just assuming that it would be a lot because I like her art. If I was her, I would, be pricing like especially something this size for something of her, talent and like art style. I would probably price it like no less than like 500 a piece for this size. And that's, I think I'm lowballing it. She's probably worth a lot more. So, I mean, I should have just contacted her and found out, but I didn't. I didn't want to ask and then find out that it's like so much that me a Pobo can't afford it, and I have to be like, oh, you know what? I'm so sorry. Never mind. Um, I don't know if it's because it would embarrass me or if it would come off as rude to her because I feel like if I was in her position, I'd be like, oh damn, am I being too expensive? Or oh damn, oh she wasn't that interested. She shouldn't have wasted my time. That's me. That's in my head. I shouldn't be projecting those thoughts onto somebody else because I can't read minds. I don't know if any of that is true, but I didn't know that at the time. I'm learning. Maybe I'll reach out to her now, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. Well, now I'm making this. And okay, actually, I might still, because now that I'm thinking about it, yes, I really do want a piece of mine on here to, constantly remind myself every day of what I'm capable of, to inspire me or whatever, whatever. But I was thinking, because I'm only using these two canvases now, there's going to be a lot more space than before when I had the three. So when I finish this, hang this up, there's going to be space above on the sides and below to where I can actually do the art wall that I initially wanted from years ago, like when I first moved in the beginning. So I might reach out to her and make it a smaller piece, or might just get one of her prints. That would be the most affordable for me right now, considering that I don't have a job, living off my savings, and I just spend a bunch of money on kitchen utensils and supplies that I do not need. So I have to do not my taxes, my financials, and put that in. Hopefully that doesn't put me in the red. I did give myself like a little lip, I did give myself a little bit like a leeway of like like a budget for the month in case of emergencies. Not considered an emergency, but I'm gonna have to look that over just to make sure if I'm really gonna have to crack down on my spending. Otherwise, I might not be doing this for 6 months. I might be doing it for the knock on wood, 4 of that. Okay, so I'm going to continue this today. Stop rambling, especially because it's already been like 40 minutes of just my rambling. However, I think the big issue here is that while I was doing this, I was like in the flow, flow state or whatever you want to call it, because I was really concentrated on, you know, getting this exactly how I wanted. I wasn't talking. I would think I was listening to like what's I don't want to say this wrong because I've done this wrong. Not Mike Tyson. Wait, Mike. No, wait. Neil. Mike. Neil deGrasse Tyson, the scientist from Star Talk. Yes, that's it. I got it. I was listening to some of his episodes and I don't know. I was just very relaxed, very chill. But so what I'm trying to get at is that I think I get more work done if I'm not talking. So I don't know how this is gonna work. Unless I like may put up like a playlist, which was my initial thought at first. I was like, maybe I'll get a prescription to like what is it, Epidome? Epidome, like the music for like free copyrighted music, or you just have to pay a prescription subscription for it a month. But I need to do my finances and see if that's even worth it because I don't really have, much more money to be spending on more subscriptions. Um, and I think I also want to treat these as like diary entries because didn't really get into it. God, I have to burp so bad, but that's how I burp. Just release gas silently. Um, what was I saying? Oh, I've been seeing, I don't know if it's because of the content I'm putting out or what I'm consuming content wise, which is kind of weird because, like I said, most of the content I'm consuming right now is Star Talk or I Never Liked You podcast, or what is it? My Homosexual Opinion. Those are some the shows that I like to watch. Doesn't really correspond with oh, I didn't even mention it with what's that book? The Artist's Way. I've been getting recommended a lot of those on my YouTube homepage about like people doing the artist way, and I don't know, I don't really know what the book is. I don't really look into it because I don't want to be influenced by any external forces because I really don't know what it is that I'm doing. I just and I don't want to like change it and kind of like get off path, or make anything too hard for me so that I don't continue doing whatever it is that I'm doing. Um, so I'm trying not really to consume that kind of media that's going to affect me too much, affect my trajectory of my progress too much. I don't know what I'm trying to say. Anyways, the one video I watched yesterday was about this girl, I forgot her name. She was like a smaller content creator. I think the video only got like 500 views, and those are the ones I actually prefer to watch because I feel like they're more real, and it's not like somebody trying to sell me something. I feel like once you get like past a certain number of followers or fans or whatever, I don't know, I just get iffy and I don't trust it as much. Exceptions, to those other YouTubers that I mentioned earlier. But um, I got the motivation to watch it and throughout the whole thing. The other thing is that holds my attention, like sometimes I'll start those and like I click off immediately, is their voice. I know it's awful, especially because I hate my voice, especially on camera. I don't I don't know. I like how I sound in person or how I think I sound, but once I hear myself on camera, um, it also fluctuates depending on my moods, or my emotions or like times of days. Like sometimes it'll be like very like I don't know what you call this, but like not raspy, like I know there's a word for it, but I can't think of it now, and I don't want to waste my time about it. Which is like super annoying, especially if I'm listening back to it. So I am trying not to talk like that. I also sometimes I feel, especially I notice with work, if I was, at my 9 to 5 job and trying to deal with customers, my voice would get really high because it's not as it unarms people when your voice is higher or more feminine sounding. So, and I learned how to do that without, I don't know, I wouldn't say I learned how to do that. I think I just started doing it subconsciously. So I don't think I'm really not too sure what my real voice is. I'm I think at least what I've noticed whenever I talk to my mom recently over the phone, um I'm trying also to be much like calmer, non-confrontational, and like kind of be open-minded. Like those are the thoughts that are always running in my head when I'm talking to my mom because I feel like I need to be, because I'm trying to be gentler with myself, and so I'm also in turn trying to be gentler with her because I have to, we all have to constantly remind ourselves that our parents, especially our mothers, are just people like us. So they're gonna make mistakes like us. And like I feel like I put her like on a pedestal and like she can do no wrong. She's perfect, which is like not right. um so anyways, with those yeah uh, uh word's gonna kill me. It's vocal fry. That's what it was. Vocal fry that was listening when your voice goes. Anyways, I noticed when I'm talking to my mom more recently, when I have like those thoughts of trying to be calmer, um, non-judgmental, that my voice is more, at least in my head, I like I say if I play it back, I maybe I still don't like it, but and during those conversations, I noticed that I really like my voice. It sounds, like I said, calm, but that could also just be because those are the thoughts I'm feeding into my head during those times. And I got off on a whole tangent again. Um, what was I getting with this? Talking with voices and such. Oh, I think is this what ADHD is? Oh my God. I think it's because I was talking about I don't know if I'm going to be doing these while talking. Oh, okay. Got it. Okay, got it. I should be doing these talking because I was okay, okay. I got back step. Okay, why I got into the talking thing. I think I might be doing some of these without talking at all, maybe just playing music in the background if I can, you know, justify paying for like a subscription of music that I can legally play during the video. If not, I'll just do like the ones that I've been doing so far, which are my talking heads. I don't know how we call them in the industry because I think they're beneficial because I don't really I've tried doing like keeping a diary every day and I end up doing like one really long diary entry and then maybe do it for like at most every day for a week and then I forget for months and then I try and get back into it but then again so that there's just like these large gaps that I don't ever actually do a diary entry. I think these ones are like video entries are going to be like my daily diary entries to, like I said in my intro video, to keep me accountable, to keep doing them every day. Um, and then I got into the artist way. So the artist way, I think, well, what I've heard is that you do like 3 pages or something of writing of artist pages of random consciousness in the morning, and I hate that. I'm never gonna do that. No, gross. No, 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 no. Um, I won't stick to it, and I'll just be uh uh, dismotivated. That's not the right word. I'll just get unmotivated because I'm not doing the work that they're saying. I don't know. Oh, the other thing, the video I watched yesterday said that it talks a lot about like religion or like God or the higher power, and I hate that too. I don't. I mean, I know I have some beliefs and like the universe and spirituality and vibes like that, but like nothing enough, not strong enough to beliefs that will motivate me day after day after day. My higher power is myself right now. Um, that's not to put me on a pedestal whatsoever, no. Um, but anyways, so the artist way, I don't think I'm ever gonna get into it, but I was correlating what I've heard so far about like the artist pages to do every day. I don't know anything else about it. Um, So what I'm trying to get at, not so eloquently or efficiently, is that doing these daily entry video diaries will be, it's a cop car. I don't know why this is a live video. Oh, I guess my idea is because I'm going to edit these later, but it doesn't fucking matter. Okay. I think I should still do these without any music, just talking to the camera, whether I'm doing something or not, specifically doing something, but because I noticed yesterday that I don't necessarily need to be videographed or filmed to get stuff done. That was enough motivation for me to continue doing stuff. Like, I don't want to use the excuse of, like, oh, I can't paint right now because I can't film it. No, 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 no. You film whenever you want. I'm sorry, you paint or you create or sew or, whatever you do, whatever you want to be creative at that moment. Don't use any excuse at all. No excuse whatsoever. None. Okay, especially not because you're not being filmed. Okay. Um, so I think the not the main purpose, the secondary purpose of these daily vlogs, if you will. I don't think I'll ever consider myself a vlogger, but so these daily entries, to use them as a diary. I should just stop out there because I feel like I'm just talking around in circles and I haven't gotten to this. Also, because I'm losing light, I just noticed, and it gets harder to paint when I have no light out here because this is my biggest window. Well, yeah, I'm up that one, but it's not anywhere near to actually getting light over here. Let me, oh, maybe that's why I have my light off. Even still, like, I don't want to on. Yes, brightest setting I can. I feel, could be wrong, like the natural light is the best lighting to be painting, because I don't want to have like any kind of shadows to like um kind of throw me off. So it's like a nice base to get like the most natural colors. And if I use like another artificial light, like let me see what if I put my hallway light. Hallway light is like very orangey, so I don't love that, and I still don't think it provided that much coverage. Let me try one more thing. Okay, I have one of these lights that I put on my chandelier here, my makeshift chandelier, because there's no electrical, and I have to charge these very quite often. Sorry, I can't. Too short. Oh, did I get it? Oh, fuck, don't fall. Okay, where is the remote for that? Okay, so let me see. Even with this one on, it's not that much. I don't think it should make any difference. And okay, so those lose batteries pretty fast. So if I have that on maybe 5 hours, it'll start to like naturally dim without telling me. And so what was I getting with this lighting thing? Oh, okay. So if I'm doing these, if I'm trying to talk and paint or do something else at the same time, I get distracted very easily. As probably already noticed, I can't do both of them. Um, so I think what I'll do is I'll do probably should do less than an hour a day of these just talking heads because they really just, not that I've gone back to actually listen to my past ones, but they probably are just like me rambling to myself, sounding crazy. But I should still do them because maybe eventually they will provide some insight to my psyche for my future psyche eval. I don't know. I got I got dirty again. That's fine. Actually, yeah, paint's still stuck in the crevices of my nails. Just black paint, so it makes me look like I'm sickly or very dirty, which half true. What was I trying to say? What time is it? Okay, 55 minutes. I'll do a little bit of painting while filming. 5 minutes? Yeah, 5 minutes maybe. Um, oh, okay. When I was out today, I also, there's no water in that. Oh, I started using a sponge too. Ooh. Oh, shit. I got it all over. That's fine. It's very diluted. So while I was out today, I thought maybe I should get more paint because this is literally all the red paint I have, but then I went back and forth. I'm like, I don't think I need to because this is just the like the sketch. It's not gonna show up later because I'm gonna go back to oil painting, oil paint now. Oh, I'm hoping. I'm trying not to make it a problem. Is I don't know if it's very noticeable that these two pieces of wood from the canvas are the only thing that's like stuck to the fabric. Um, and everything because then I feel like it's if I continue painting, I really hope that it's not going to be like very noticeable that these two lines are right here because if that's the case, I should just remove and retouch the canvas. Should I do that? I think I still have time. I'll continue with the initial sketch and there's a word for this. I keep saying it's a sketch, but there's what is it called? I learned it in class and I just actually didn't I didn't absorb any information in that class, honestly. Now I'm thinking about it because I'm kind of nervous opening up my oil paint. I'm hoping it's like riding a bike and I'm gonna remember it once it's all open, but I don't know what solutions to use, where or when, because it's been so long. I can't believe I got it, let it be this long. This is it. So I think I'm like, why you can't call yourself an artist if you never create art. Okay, let me just get some water and just start. Maybe we should put these strawberries away first. I just remembered, actually, I was using this for black just a little bit, and this one for red, and I was being very uncareful about not mixing them. I just really did not care because that's the only way I can get stuff done, apparently. Let me remove some of this stuff so I don't get paint on because I am not a clean painter. And let me drink some water because I've been talking too much. Mm. Okay. This is my first time wearing these shorts. this year because it's been so cold. And I'm a little self-conscious because I have big ol' fupa. So, do people still call them fupa? I call them muffin top or lonja. Mm, oh, I think I lost my train of thought again when I came back in. I personally haven't seen any of her videos, but I saved some, what is it called? Moving. Oh, watch to my watch later playlist on my YouTube. This girl, like, I literally just saw her title on her thumbnail, something like, "Oh, watch me do art or like paint with me," and it's like silent painting, so she doesn't talk throughout. Um, I think I watched like maybe like the first few seconds, and then um, I got bored. But it's still in my watch later because I do want to watch the rest of it. I don't think it's for me, but I wanted to see if it's something that maybe I could try instead of it's filled with black. Um, instead, like so I was saying, instead of talking to myself nonstop, just rambling, especially because I get distracted easily, instead of talking, maybe I could just do like a silent one. And I don't know if I would, well, I don't know, it doesn't really matter right now because nobody's watching these, but I don't know if you like turn off the comments for that. I guess I shouldn't worry about it right now because, like I said, no one's watching these. So I'll think about it as it comes. So if I do stop suddenly talking during this, um, oh well. Am I still in frame even? No, it's fine. At least I cut off below my waist, so you can't judge me on uh, my belly fat, which I'm most self-conscious when I'm sitting down because I was traumatized when I was like in high school. I was a freshman, I think, and I was like sitting down like so, as you do in school. And I think we were just on break, but then at the time, I don't know why this was popular. At the time, like we were obsessed with like pinching each other's fat, like our belly rolls. Um, I really do not understand the psychology of that. If that was even funny or fun, or why we would do that. I would never do that to somebody else because like I know how it made me feel. And I think they played it off too like I was never like malicious thing. It was just like, oh, something you do with to your friends. You know, it wouldn't obviously it wouldn't be like a bully or somebody you didn't even know. It would always be your friends or sometimes your family member, you know, be like pinch your belly fat, your rolls. And so one time a friend did that to me when I was in high school during like lunch break, and her face, like the expression she gave me after feeling it, like uh, again, I could be making this up in my mind, but like it was shock, okay? It was it was a look of surprise that it was burnt into my retinas to this day, and I I don't remember what she said afterwards, what I said, what happened. I don't know. It was just maybe it never even happened. It was just a horrible nightmare. But I still remember it as like, oh my gosh, she didn't know how fat I actually was because I was pretty good at like, okay, so the weird thing about me is that I have an apple body. So I carry all my fat basically in my stomach, and I have like skinny arms and skinny legs. So as long as I dressed in a way to where I had like very loose clothing in my, like midriff area, I could potentially pull off, looking like t I don't know, like 10 pounds skinnier than I actually was. And so I contributed her shock of like realizing how fat I actually was. And like you could argue that, oh, that's not what she was thinking at all. Like that's just in your head. But this issue has been like a common reoccurring issue like in my life because then later uh, in college, I was in community college. I was taking uh like fashion, like sewing construction classes, and uh one of the classes was like pattern making, and we had to make a pattern. Hold on, I want to make this right there. Uh, with our own body measurements, and so I'm following the instructions as they're supposed to be, so I can get the right measurement of my body. And what happened? Oh, so the instructor came over to double check, make sure my measurements were all correct before I would start cutting up anything. And so she saw what my waist and like hips and all those middle measurements were, and she looked at me again with that same like not as shocked but also like you can't be serious, like that's not you, like those are wrong. So she grabs my measuring tape, measures me herself, and tries to as best as she could to be like, oh no, you're right, those are the right measurements, as politely as she could to not make me feel like I'm fat. Oh, I forgot to mention this because she's like those measurements. She said those are too big, and I'm like try to tell her I'm just like I'm bigger than I look because again I continue to dress in a way to hide my actual weight. And then again, I can continue. There's multiple different instances. I think a couple of times, I've had not just guys, maybe friends like will pick me up and they'll be like, "Ugh," struggle. And I warn them, okay? I'm like, I'm heavier than I look, okay? It's all fat. I try to, unfortunately, cannot say, oh, it's muscle. Muscle weighs more than fat. Or is that true? Or is that the opposite? I don't know, I forget. Oh my God, I can't. Don't drip, don't drip, don't drip, don't drip, don't drip, don't drip, don't drip. I think I added too much paint on here yesterday, and I'm trying to give her more of a jaw. I think that's the jaw. Because I feel like what I did yesterday is too cut, and it makes her look kind of like a skeleton, which we don't want, which I don't want. Okay, as I say, as I'm talking about my trauma of being overweight, but I think that's important. I feel like I'm trying to get over, trying not well, not get over, but trying to learn and uh, accept, just how I am now and just like love my body. And I think I'm getting there. I'm improving at least. It's definitely still a work in progress, but I'm content with the rate that I am moving in. I think that's better. I also do want to address that I know how much work I am putting into this initial Um, I still haven't been able to remember the name of what you call this initial like sketch painting or whatever. I'm putting way too much work in it. I know that. I should already be starting with the oil bit. I am having way too much fun with doing this because I feel like, oh, it's fine because I there's no way I can mess this up because it's still the initial first draft, if you will. But you can tell I was already kind of trying to put in like shadows and highlights and trying to avoid to do this because I really wanted to see what the leg was gonna look. So I kept going back and forth and doing this so I wouldn't stay and I can see the a more finished look. But again, this doesn't matter because you're not gonna be able to see this. I'm not gonna be able to see this. No one's gonna be able to see this. Yet here we are. Okay, let me step back, touch nothing because I could have dirty hands. Hmm. Hurry. I just thought of that because I'm watching too much Mateo Lane. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Yes. I think what I should do is move on to the writer. Um, I don't know. Does it feel muscular enough? Does he feel bulky? I'm also I know I keep going back and forth if it's a she or a he. I it doesn't matter. They. Mm, not thrilled about these eyes, but I don't know if I should touch them. Yeah, because I can always tweak and fix things later. I can add more bulk if I need to. This is just basically just to kind of get the general sizing out. Same with like the tail. I don't know if you can see on camera. It's like a rough outline. Pretty much just went over with not even paint. It was just like this murky red water I have on here because I was too scared to actually use the paint. But I think I do like whatever it's doing right now. I have to go back and on the sides because there's like on this one the light reflects off too much. I can't see. And then this one I can see it a little more. Am I brave enough to go over it with red paint? Because the top is done, but it doesn't look like I was too sure about the bottom. Okay, well let's do the top. Mm, oh, that voice gargle must come off beautifully on camera. Okay. Just a little bit more water. Well, probably too much. So I want this loop, maybe one more. Mm, mm, something like that. Yeah. Okay. Okay. I don't hate it. I I could just be blocking this. Yeah, we'll never know. And then this is gonna be blocked out, just so I know. And because I was trying to make it very muted and faded, is why I ended up messing up my brush because like doing this very roughly, trying to blend everything in, and then I ended up just going with a sponge to do this big area that I was getting tired of doing it with a brush. This is fine. Actually, better because I don't think I can get a sponge in here. It's not the one I have unless I cut it. And then I went back um, with the minimal little black paint I have, literally just scraping at the bottom and using like murky black water. Oh, no paint on that. To erase the previous horribly executed, what was it called? Oil sticks? Oil pastel sticks that I will learn how to use eventually. They also just look so pretty. Just I have this problem. I don't like I buy art supplies and I just don't want to use them because if I use them then they'll be gone. I don't know where I got that mentality from. Same with like notebooks. My sister will give me like these really, I can't say R's anymore. Really, 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 really pretty notebooks. And I'll be too scared to like actually use them, and I'll just like have them stored away, displayed, and yeah, never use them because my handwriting is atrocious for one, and whatever I write in it is probably going to be even worse. That I will never want anyone to see the light of day because I look back on some of the writings I did when I was like a teenager, like 13, whatever high school age was. And oh my God, is it so cringy and melodramatic and oh my God, I don't know what I was thinking at that age. So I wasn't. I don't think any of us are. Well, that's not true because I've read some of what's her name? Gabby Tevinson or Gevinson? Tabby Gevinson? I think was she the writer for Rookie Mag, which I don't think I ever read, but like I think I read her blog posts every now and again when she was no longer even doing the magazine. And I forget how old she was, but I'm sure she was probably like high school age or actually probably middle school age. And I'm like, I can't believe. Uh, uh, and okay, so when I found her, she was like, I think I'm like maybe, I don't know, I'm probably wrong, but like 10 years older than her. So when I found her, I was looking, I'm like, oh my God, you're way older than her and you're so much dumber. I mean, okay, not dumb per se, but like maybe more well adjusted. Like she was actually thinking about life and not just her own, what is this? Is this texture from the oil stick? I don't know. This whole canvas is gonna be surprises. That's the surprise. Anyways, what I was saying, she was just like writing like very mature and I I don't think I'm gonna make sense unless I like actually read something that I wrote when I was like a teenager that sounded something a middle school or an elementary school would write would be how to best describe it. What is it called? What's that website where like people, mainly teenagers, I don't know if it's still up, write like fan fictions. It was very like mm, Stephanie Myers-esque. Very, melodramatic, teenage drama, self-centered, like ridiculous stuff that is obviously, I don't know if all of us, but I was into, as a phase, and then I don't know if it was something I grew out like naturally by myself or something I was shamed uh to like not like because it's embarrassing, cringy, and embarrassing. And that sounds bad. That sounds like bad peer pressure. Sounds like I was peer pressured into, I don't know, trying to be cooler, more well adjusted, but I don't know, something I have to think about because nowadays when I see like cringe millennial humor or whatever we're calling it nowadays of millennials like posting like I don't know Jim Carrey impressions like that's I don't find that funny anymore. Like sure like when I was a kid I liked the some of the Jim Carrey like what is it Pet Detectives stuff like that. But then do I not like it anymore because I was peer pressured or bullied into not liking it? Am I suppressing like my true interests, like my true joys? But I don't know. Something I have to think about because well, I've been trying to think about it for a while. I don't know if I've been like suppressed to the point where like I can't think differently. I'm gonna think that that was acting that way is so cringy. Um, and like if I act that way, everyone's gonna think I'm annoying and you know cringy and I keep saying cringy for some reason. Anyways, I think I'm done with the tail. I think I should stop touching it. Maybe step back, do a little spin, little twirl around the room. Hmm, it's not bad. Okay, I don't think I touched any of the middle, so that's this is the professional way to do it, by the way. Just touch it for wetness and check your hands. Um, do I use the same red paint? Yes, right? Yeah. Well, I only have red and black paint, so to add the writer. But what's my timing right now? Oh, I'm almost at an hour and 30 minutes, so I think I might shut off my camera. I will continue painting. Um, Maybe I'll do chalk first. Yeah, no, that doesn't matter. Um, because I don't know. I haven't been checking the stream. I don't know if it's been recording or if it's on or whatever. And also, I just don't know if my phone is going to record much longer because it just the uh battery doesn't last that long. Okay, so I'm gonna end this log for today. Today's been is today the 5th? The 15th. Well, today's the 15th, but this is the fifth day of my diary log. Okay, I never know how to end these. So I'll talk to you later. Okay, love you.